Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, 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 dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling, chatter, chatter. You ain't talking money, then your talking don't matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling, cotton pockets. You take a dollar, dollar, can a damn soul stop it. Here comes the new kid on the block. Hold on, your bets, here's where the buck stops. See, first of all, I'm stepping out on my own. About time I elevated to claim my own throne. Success in my blood.
Finally, Dan O'Mac has come back to YouTube. And The Rock's back too. Of course, obviously, this return is not as star-studded as The Rock, but The Rock is back. And everybody wants to know, what is he going to be doing? Everyone has their thoughts, everyone has their opinions, and everybody on here on YouTube who makes wrestling-related videos is talking about The Rock. And, all I have to, my opinion, I wanted to talk a bit about it. So, The Rock left the WWE 7 years ago, started making movies. He's made a couple, he's made action movies, he's made some movies of football, some football movies, a lot of Disney movies. I think the 2 football movies he did were Disney, but I just remember them being football based. Of course, he's done the Tooth Fairy. He was in The Other Guys, I believe. He's been in a series of movies, action comedy, and he made it in wrestling. He has made it in acting, and now he has come back, and he made a very he said, this is The Rock, this is what The Rock's known as, but now I need to tell you something as not this person, but as Dwayne Johnson. And he told us that, I'm not here for the money, I'm not here to promote a new movie. Some guys do that, like Austin with The Condemned. He did that whole thing with Santino, that whole segment where he did the beer bath on Santino and Maria, and that was pretty much a plug for The Condemned. But The Rock tells us he is not back for a movie. And by the way, for Austin coming back to plug The Condemned, people were still crazy to see Austin. They went nuts. Just losing my train of thought here. I don't have anything kind of written out, and just kind of losing my train of thought. But yeah, The Rock basically no money, no movie. Just the fans love him so much. He's kind of rewarding the fans and saying, hey, just because I haven't been here doesn't mean I've forgotten WWE. This is how it began, and this is I will never forget WWE. So that was good, and that was a great promo, and I think a lot of people will agree. They will say that in that promo, he totally put away John Cena and The Miz and everybody in WWE. He put away everybody in terms of promos, and you haven't seen that kind of promo in a long time. The only promo, I don't know, there's been moments where guys have gotten to the crowd and maybe connected with the crowd a bit, but The Rock had them eating out of his head, for a solid 20 minutes. And that itself is something that you haven't seen in a while. Old Monday Night Raw, where Austin came out and opened the show, much different than Cena opening the show for sure. And just a great feeling that The Rock's back. Of course, The Rock's saying he'll never wrestle again. A lot of people are wondering, is this a swerve? Will Rock wrestle again? Will it be John Cena versus The Miz for The Rock, and versus The Rock for the WWE Championship? Will The Miz face somebody else at WrestleMania instead of John Cena, and we'll see John Cena versus The Rock? I can tell you one thing, there will be tens and thousands of wrestling related YouTube videos up at the minute the pay-per-view ends, people will be recording, and maybe 20 minutes later, you will have tons of videos up here of people stating their opinions. And the opinion will be greatly dependent upon the Raw chamber. If John Cena loses that elimination chamber, I can guarantee you, as surely as John Cena comes down that ramp every night like he was shot out of Barney the Dinosaur's anus, that was the greatest line I've heard. The Rock, that was a hilarious line. And I saw a picture on Facebook. I forget where I saw it again. I think right after wrestling, which is a program here in Canada that runs on the Score Network, which we get all our WWE programming. They have a Facebook page, and I think somebody posted up a picture of Barney the Dinosaur wearing a purple John Cena t-shirt. So that was pretty hilarious. And I can guarantee you John Cena for the next little bit will be getting the Fruity Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles chants. And wow, that made an echo. Okay, yeah, so I guarantee you a lot of people's opinions will be dependent upon this chamber. If John Cena wins, then it's, well, I wonder what's going to happen now. John Cena will be facing The Miz. Will The Rock be inserted? Will The Rock be a special guest referee? Or will The Rock be involved at all? Or will he just simply host Mania and maybe have a face-to-face with John Cena and just have a moment, not a match? If John Cena loses that Elimination Chamber, match, I guarantee you, the ratings for Monday Night Raw will be so high. One, because 2/21/11, people are going to want to see The Undertaker. It is clearly The Undertaker. Unless somehow it is a swerve, but they clearly showed The Undertaker, so people will watch Monday Night Raw because they know it's The Undertaker. So, people are going to tune into Raw this week after the Chamber, this Monday after the Chamber. They're going to tune into it to see Taker, to see if Triple H meets Taker, if there's any kind of indication of his opponent, and people are going to want to tune in if John Cena loses to see if anything happens between him and The Rock. And I guarantee you, if John Cena does not win this Elimination Chamber, that will be the talk of the town, that it will be Rock and Cena, and you will see more of these fake promotional John Cena versus Rock videos. You will see more of these fake promotional John Cena versus The Rock posters, and all that John Cena Rock well, it's not paraphernalia, but products, fake products that are being made, posters, videos, pictures, and such, will multiply in anticipation that this match will happen. For me, the Chamber, the Raw Chamber, I would say Cena will win. If Cena wins, of course, it will leave people may be a little worried that maybe The Rock won't be having a match. Maybe people will still be just as pumped. If John Cena doesn't, and they are leaving it open for John Cena versus The Rock, and Cena loses in some capacity, the person I could see would be Randy Orton, or they give it to The Miz. If John Cena doesn't win this Chamber, it's going to either Orton or The Miz. And SmackDown Chamber, I think Edge will retain. He'll face Del Rio. Jerry the King Lawler and The Miz. Jerry Lawler's going to WrestleMania regardless. Whether he's the champ or not, I can't say. I don't know. I am really stumped. A lot of people are saying, nah, Lawler's not going to win the title. You nuts? Are you nuts, boy? Lawler's 63 years old. And I don't even know how old Lawler is. He's 63 years old. He's a commentator. He's not going to win the WWE title. A lot of people are saying, oh yeah, Lawler's going to win for sure. He's better than The Miz. The Miz is only won because of Michael Cole and Alex Riley. You know? And, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, Jerry Lawler has been faithful to WWE. He's been faithful, he's been, you know, good, he's been loyal, so who knows? Maybe they'll give him the one thing he hasn't ever had the chance to hold, the WWE title. Even if it is for one day, Lawler can still say, I was WWE champion, you know? I wouldn't really like to see Lawler come out on Raw and have to defend the title that night and lose it. I would actually prefer to see Lawler the champ for the whole Monday Night Raw than the Raw after Miz win it. But I think if Miz loses, Lawler will only have it for a week maybe. Even they might even change the title back over the next night. But other than that, I don't know the other matches for the Chamber. I really don't know what they are planning to do. I think they're doing a Divas title match? I don't even know. But, those are obviously the three matches I think everybody's going to be looking for anyways. The two Chambers in that WWE Championship match. Whatever else they got lined up for the Chamber, I'm sure will be great. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the Elimination Chamber should be a good pay-per-view. We're on the road to WrestleMania. They always turn up the dial here, and yeah, so I'll try and put up some more videos. And for now, this is Dan O'Mac signing off. Signing off. Okay, good. I'm out. Okay, sign off now.
Call it homegrown. Horse grease and testosterone. Power and money got me crazy cocky. No longer need you, Poppy. I know you're mad because you can't stop me. And if you wonder how this player done scooped your honey, I think she smell my cologne. It's called brand new money. Making major movement and a damn thing funny. Pimpin' hood rats to Playboy bunnies. They see the